All right, so let's begin the show. The website that you are browsing, is it safe? Or the e-commerce website that you are shopping from, is it safe? How do you ensure that your personal data that's stored on the website or e-commerce website can't be compromised? How do you ensure that the reward points that you are enjoying are not scammed? Well, I'm talking about a latest scam on these lines. Let's learn more about this. And for that, I have Rahul Tyagi, co-founder Safe Security with me. Rahul, good evening and welcome to the show. So, Rahul, these hacks keep getting interesting, and we've been talking about the similar kind of hacks earlier also. But there is something new where a B2C website is hacked. Okay, I just want to understand what's the new case about.
So I think this is not a new scam, but previously, if you see 4 to 5 years ago, the hackers used to exploit the pricing of e-commerce websites. So, for example, if they want to purchase something for maybe 400 rupees or 500 rupees, while selecting the 500 rupees, when the request will go to the payment gateway, they will convert that 500 rupees to zero. So that means you will be able to purchase anything for 0 rupees and the goods will be delivered to you. But the payment gateway do not know that they haven't been received the money. So this was the scam where they used to skip the monitoring part by tampering the payment system. Now in this scam, the person who is in Bengaluru, he frauded a website with respect to an fraud of 4.16 crore, where this person's credit card got hacked. He reported to the bank, and then with respect to the resolution, bank gave him some e-commerce redeem vouchers, which is from Reward 360 company. And those vouchers can only be used as a resolution on e-commerce website. So, for example, if you lost 5,000 rupees, they will give you vouchers of 5,000 rupees. Now, this criminal, what he did is he understood that bank issues these vouchers from a company known as Reward 360. Now, because he is from the IT background, he tried to hack into Reward 360 and were able to maintain a regular access into that company and create the similar bank vouchers for himself. So he was using to buy those vouchers to buy motorcycles, gold, some jewelry, some e-commerce website like Tanishq and so on and so forth. So anywhere where that voucher can be used, he was using it. And at the end of the when he got caught, it was more than 4 crore rupees he has already duped to that website.
All right, so Rahul, the point and concern over here is these are websites, e-commerce related scams. So this raises questions on the website cybersecurity measures also. What according to you could actually damage a user in terms of their data, in terms of their financial information? Because the end user over here is the one who's impacted.
So I think if you see this entire hack, again, as I told you, this is not new. If you recall, there are a lot of websites like Free Charge or some other website which used to got hacked in a similar fashion, where people used to recharge their mobile phones without paying to the company. And that when the scam got discovered, there were a lot of people who got arrested and similar amount, crore or rupees got into that fraud. Now, when it comes to a user, usually these criminals sell the reward points with less amount to the user. So it's usually kind of a benefit for the users. But the problem is that if the company is holding a critical data of users on the similar website, if a criminal will be able to obtain these reward points, that means he has already compromised the entire security of the company. And in that case, he'll be able to dump the data of the customers also. But in this case, the criminal only wanted to redeem the vouchers, but the level of breach the person were able to get into the organization was huge. Now, from a company's point of view, that's the reason our RBI and PCI DSS, all the compliances are very heavy. Now, I was looking at their website. Now, the security is very tight. Not sure if was it the similar security when that hack was taking place, but in normal way, I think for organizations and especially the new startups who are into the similar business, who want to start the similar business, for them a regular VAPT is basically a process where you hire a third party organization who is a very proficient in terms of auditing, like a hacker. They will try to hack your website in all the mediums, all the faces, and give you the report. It's just like the CA report, chartered accountant report, which gives at the end of the quarter or a year. So as per the RBI mandate, that every quarter you have to produce this report and submit to RBI if you are dealing with the financial transactions on the website. So I think what is the learning from all companies from this attack is that you need to ensure that that regular VAPT has to take place in your website, and also the developers who are developing this website. Usually we hire the developers who are not having security background, but nowadays the level of coding and what level of financial transactions which are involved into the e-commerce website and the entire ecosystem today, you cannot hire people who do not have a development knowledge without the security protocols inside it. So a very good term which is used in our community is DevSecOps. That means development with the security. So previously money was not involved. That's the reason it was only development. But now organizations who are looking for the developers who are developing these type of websites, they need to hire secure code developers who know how to code, but also who need to code it securely. And also the auditing at the time of building, you need to build it secure, and at the time of auditing it has to be every quarter, so that whenever you find any flaw you can patch it very quickly.
Right. So, Rahul, a layman or an end user would definitely won't be able to decode all of this. Okay. So, say if you're a user of one of these websites and this website is actually hacked. So, what would be your red flags? Maybe too good to be true kind of offers or reward points. How do you actually come to know that the website or the e-commerce where you're trading is actually hacked?
See, the funny thing here, Kavita, is that mostly in these type of hacks, so there are two type of hacks. When a criminal wants the users of that website to know that yes, the website got hacked, in that case you will always see the whenever you open the website, the homepage of the website is completely replaced. That means mostly the reputational damage the criminal wants to do to the company. Because today, for example, if you go to Amazon or a Flipkart or any website, and suddenly when you entered and it says your website, this website got hacked, now definitely second time when you want to go there you will be cautious, right? In this particular hack, customer will not be able to find anything, because on the front end of the website, criminal do not want the users to panic, because the more user will go there, more reward points they have to contain, and in the background it will have a kind of a tunnel inside the website which will extract those coupons one by one without giving money to the company. So for a user, usually it's very difficult to see the unless and until the website comes to a public domain that this got hacked. Now the reward360.co got into news that this was hacked because the criminal got thing. For how much time this breach was continued, this clarity is not known to the users till now. So that is the problem statement, Kavita, here.
All right, very important thing that users should be noting down. But then, what will the website do in case of damage done to the user? Would they compensate?
So for the user, I think in most of the cases, if the user's identity has been compromised or something, mostly the companies will give them some compensation. So it has to be given by the company to the users. Unless and until it is not happened, if it is the only hit to the company's data, then users has nothing to do with it. But in case the company is breached, users data has been affected, then the company will notify the user, and whatever the compensation will happen, they have to do it. And especially with respect to the new data privacy law, if anything this type of thing will happen again, now there is a very big penalty on the company. Along with that, the compensation needs to be given to the users.
Rahul, one more very important question is, with so many players coming up, how can one ensure that the developing measures that you also just mentioned are taken care of? A layman definitely will not understand whether the website or the e-commerce website is taking care of all these things, all the nitty-gritties, maybe, informing up a website. Who is actually checking the cyber hygiene over here on all these platforms? RBI as a regulator has definitely given a lot of mandate, but then is it actually in place where exactly it's supposed to be?
So I think RBI is playing a very important role in that. I'll just give an example. Whenever there was a time when we ordered the Bhim application when it was launching, right, and some other payment like Xiaomi or other GP and all. So at that time, RBI has mandated whenever you are publishing any website, you have to give a report on the security of that application without it before it goes to the users. So that is point number one. That is mandatory in every company in India who is dealing with financial transactions. Second, every 3 months, that means every quarter, you have to hire a third party who is independent body, any security company, who will come to your organization or who will try to hack your website, test the global standards of the security, and give a report to your organization. Now, I want to clarify one this thing here, that I think in this case of example, maybe they have hired only one company. That's the reason the flow left missing. Usually the bigger organization hire one, two, three, maybe five companies who are simultaneously testing their website. And then once they submit the report, the company will collect those report, make a single report and submit to the Reserve Bank of India. Now, people usually try to save bucks, and they will say that, okay, let's only one company, but one company will be having number of employees, and the scale of your application can it like very big. For example, someone wants to test the security of Facebook or maybe Google. You cannot do it with the 20 people who sitting in just in one room, right? You need to have more people and have different eyes and different styles, and that's why number of these type of companies needs to be onboarded, who will do this testing every quarter. You collect all the five reports, compare with it, whatever the loopholes they have given to you, you fix it, and then you submit to the RBI. So number one, RBI definitely has given a lot of things to secure this. And second, the audit people, audit clarity and audit frequency has to be increased, along with the number of people and number of organizations who will be doing the auditing at the similar time every quarter.
All right, so in the end, Rahul, till all that happens, all the users have to do is just be cautious.
Users absolutely needs to be very cautious, and that's the reason usually we say that do not trust easily on the new websites who are coming. Again, this is not against any startup, but you usually say whenever you visit any website, there is always a logo under the website which says PCI DSS certified. Now that means is that it is certified by the payment card industry, which is a global standard. And usually if anything, and the last thing which I just want to share, that usually on these e-commerce websites, they are using sometimes they are using their internal payment gateways. Now if it is a new website using their own payment gateways, I am not going to trust mostly on that. I want that the new website, which is e-commerce website, when I click on the payment, it should go to Razor Pay, or it should go to Paytm payments or somewhere else, which is reputed payment gateway server. So if some companies used to do that, if you as a company, if you're not 100% sure that you're going to take care of the payment gateway, do not take risk. Just make sure you attach the payment gateways like Razor Pay, Paytm, and some other who are reputed in the market. And then once you're confident that your programming and your scalability from your security point of view, your internal payment gateway is ready, then you can remove that and plug in your own. But unless and until you're not sure, don't do that. Otherwise, you will fall into this type of scam.
All right, so this is the new scam that Rahul, you have decoded for my viewers. Thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you so much for helping our viewers once again on this matter. On that note, let's take a quick break, but then post that, let's talk about gold in your portfolio and your strategy in fixed income considering the interest rate scenario. I'll be joined by G. Chandrasekhar and Lakshmi Iyer after this break.